All right. What's up, y'all? It's your boy ECROSSOVER, man. It's the Elmon's podcast. This is a current events episode. You already know the slogan. If you ain't ill, you ain't real, man. Listen, man, this hat right here is going to be the same type of hat I'm going to be rocking when I get somebody to get a logo on this damn podcast. The logo that you see there, I want to have that right here, man, represented. Sooner or later, man, we're going to upgrade soon. So, it's been a while, and I want to drop this current events episode because I feel like, this is something to talk about, you feel me? So, I remember I posted on Instagram 4 things that we're going to be talking about today. And what we're going to be talking about, of course, is the Bodega shooting. The Bodega stabbing, the Akron shooting in Ohio. And we're going to be talking about the Roe versus Wade because I have a lot to say about just like what this country is just coming to, you know? And then I'm going to drop my, lastly, it's going to be like a little outro about how I feel like what we should do as people, just in general with our country being in this crazy state of like being divided in a certain. I remember when I've said that before, that I feel like we're more divided than ever. So like it's very interesting to talk about. But let's talk about the Bodega stabbing. So and I have my phone right here. I'm gonna be reading like an article from CNN for this. So I just wanna I'm not gonna read the whole thing. I'm just gonna read bits and pieces that I want to highlight about. So the guy, his name is Jose Alba. He's a 61-year-old man. He owns a bodega right there on 139th in Broadway. I live in Harlem. I never been to that bodega because I don't live near I never lived near Broadway. So that's like interesting to know that it was really at the spot that I used to live at in Harlem. That is crazy. And then the guy, he's young cat guy named Austin Simon. I believe they don't list his age here. Like that's what's kind of annoying. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he was like probably in his 20s or so. So basically what happened was the girlfriend, she went inside the convenience store, the bodega. Why am I saying convenience store? Whatever. So this is what it is. We keep it real and authentic, man. The errors are gonna be here. But as I was saying, so She goes inside the convenience store to go buy a snack for her daughter. That's what it's saying in the article. And then with buying the snack, her card gets declined. I don't know what type of card it was. I don't know if it was a food stamp card. I don't know if it was a regular debit card. But what happened was card got declined. I don't know how many times it got declined. They're not stating that in the article either. But basically, they got into an altercation, Jose and the girlfriend. The girlfriend said, I'm gonna go get my boyfriend. He going here and go fuck you up. So I don't know what Jose said to her during this altercation to make her feel that she needs to get her boyfriend to come over here and fuck him up. Boyfriend proceeds to walk inside the store. They get into an altercation. Then all of a sudden, the altercation elevates to a certain point where where Mr. Simon goes around the counter and pushes. Words were said, of course, and he pushes him. And then when you see in the surveillance video that they have, Jose Alba seems like he's just like not trying to get involved into any physical altercation with this man. Guy proceeds to push him. He pushes him hard too, to where like he basically like ricochets off the wall, and he's like, oh shit, this guy is really gonna like do something to me. That's what he feels like, because remember, it was already a threat before anything happened. She already said, my guy's gonna come here and fuck you up. That's already a threat off the bat. I don't know if that's technically is a threat, but that's what she said. I'm gonna go get my boyfriend. So if you're gonna go get something to hurt me, I'm already defending myself psychologically. I'm like, all right, you're gonna bring your boyfriend, and what the hell's your boyfriend gonna do? And remember, you in Harlem. Let's be honest. You in the hood. We're gonna keep it a bean. You in the hood. So if he's lived in that neighborhood for a long time, he knows what goes on. He knows what type of people are around the neighborhood. So she goes, I'm gonna go get and fuck him up. He already thinking in his head, is he gonna like try to jump me? Is he gonna bring his boys with him? Is he gonna bring a knife? Or is he gonna bring a gun? Like you don't know what's gonna happen in that situation. You don't know. Your thoughts are running wild. Because when he actually come into the store, you already know. Jose's already thinking, holy shit, okay. So they proceeded to like be verbal, went around the corner, pushed him. So he already feels as if, yo, this guy's gonna hurt me. And he's 61 years old. What are you gonna do when you're 61 years old and you got a young cat coming at you? And the guy, like he's skinny and he seems like he got strength on him. So he pushed him that hard and he let him do it. So then Jose goes under the counter where there's a knife that he has that he said he uses to like cut boxes and everything. Grabs the knife. So then they're like shoulder to shoulder in terms of like where their hands are. They're grabbing their shoulders and they're like tugging back and forth. Jose has the knife. He has it low, like real low, like right here, and he stabs him. Keeps stabbing him, right in the stomach, like twice, I think. Then I think if he did it more times, I didn't see it in the surveillance video, but I saw him stab him like twice. Then he proceeds to elevate his arm and stabs him right in the neck, and then all you see is like, Simon's just like he's leaking. It's leaking, like the blood's on the shirt and everything. It's just, and he keeps stabbing him too. And I'm like, this guy is like wilding right now. This guy, but like that's what happens. Basically he gets stabbed, walks out. I heard he's on the floor, and he gets straight to the hospital, and he's dead right after that. You stab a guy in the neck, man, and there's nothing covering his neck or anything like that. Like, you're gonna bleed a lot to where like you're gonna die. And majority of the time when you get stabbed in the neck, you're not really living. Let's be honest, especially since he's been stabbed multiple times in the neck, you're definitely not going to really be living if you don't have nothing covering that wound immediately. And if you don't immediately get to the hospital, like it's basically almost done, because that's where a lot of nerves are at. It really right there. Like you get sliced in there, man. It's going to be hard to, you could die in a matter of seconds, man. So, now Alba, of course, he gets arrested. And the prosecutors are going to be charging him with murder. And then there's another case that people are going to say, defense lawyer is always going to do. Is it self-defense? So that's what I'm going to be talking about. Now that I give you the gist of it, that's basically what happened. Got stabbed up, blah, blah, blah. Now the guy's in for murder. When you look at the surveillance video, the way I look at it is that there's a very strong case for self-defense. Because the threat was there. She got the threat, which is the boyfriend. The boyfriend proceeded to do something. Physically. Pushed him. Which means what she said, he's going to come over here and he's going to fuck you up. Now, let's be honest. When you hear somebody's going to fuck you up, and you remember, you're 61 years old. You're not as strong as you used to be. You're more fragile too. Your bones are getting weaker, stuff like that. Your body breaks down slowly. So, and you don't know what health problems he probably had too. So if this guy Simon's like, and I heard he had a previous record too. So it's like, and he just got out. Like, not like that a moment, but probably recently throughout this year. So it's like, you got a guy right here, he's pushing you, and if he swings on you, and you can't physically defend yourself in terms of your hands, if he fucks you up badly, you can be, traumatized, you'll be traumatically damaged because he's old already. And if the guy just like says, I'm gonna fuck you up, and then he doesn't want to control, what if the guy doesn't want to control his temper? He'll hurt him to the point that, he probably dead. And you don't even know that. He's like, look, man, my life's in danger. So I'm gonna do what I have to do. You came around the corner. You came around the counter and pushed me. You locked me in an area where I can't move. Literally, you locked me in an area where I cannot move. Basically, unless I use physical force on you. So he's like, you know what? I'm not strong enough to fight you, but I'm gonna stab you up. And he stabs him, everything. Now, remember, so I know a lot of people like to look at the law and go, oh, it's self-defense. That's what, but there is a case for murder. Because the thing is, if you do it so when he stabbed him twice in the stomach, right? If he would have continued to stab him in the stomach and he waited for him to get off of him, he will have the ability to survive. Getting stabbed in the stomach, you can die, but it takes a little longer. Let's be honest. Because all you have is your intestines and stuff like that. He stabs you. He stabs you in the back and stuff like that. There's a lot of things that can protect you from that. And there's not a lot of nerves or things that if you hit that place, you can at the end of the day, if he's getting stabbed, he's getting stabbed. And if he's leaking out, you can easily bandage the wound from a stomach wound, because there's a lot of things that's in there that could protect you from hitting a certain area where you could leak out. Now, if you're near the neck is crazy. Your esophagus is there, your throat, your lungs, your lungs is like basically attached to it, and you're right there. And remember, your neck, your vertebrae is attached to the brain. Everything, of course, is working from the brain, but right there, those are a lot of nerves right here. A lot of nerves right there. So if you stab it, leak out. Remember, there's a lot of blood going through there, so you can leak out easily. Why you think a lot of people get stabbed in the neck and they pull out the wound and everything, and you bleed out in a minute, you probably dead. Especially if it's a good stab too. And if they poke it out and it leaks out, bro, it's different. I get stabbed in the hand, they take it out. Yeah, I'm gonna lose a lot of blood, but I have way more time for me to survive, because that's an area where there's not, unless he slices like the veins that are right here. You know what I'm saying? Like right near my wrist or anything, I can die out very fast. That's why when people that, don't want to go it, but when people that commit suicide, they're in the tub, they'll slice their wrist open. Because, you're right there. You're hitting all the nerves right here, all these veins, all that right there. That's an automatic. If I'm getting stabbed in the hand and it stays there and it leaks out, yeah, I'm going to lose a lot of blood, but I have more time to get to a hospital than when I get stabbed in the neck. For real. Let's keep it a bean. A lot of people that are gang affiliated or whatever that know this say, yo, motherfucker get stabbed in the neck and ain't no hospital nearby, and the ambulance takes a while, man, you could bleed out and die. Literally, easily, bro. Easily. You get stabbed in the stomach, stabbed in the leg, depending on if it hits your thigh and stuff, yeah, you could bleed out, but it'll take a little longer. Especially on the lower leg. You get stabbed in the foot or something, it's not really that crazy. But I just wanted to say this to say that it's a higher probability for death when you get stabbed in the neck, stabbed near the face too. If you hit a certain area, if you get stabbed in the eye, something that's connected right where the brain is, boom, you stab in the right place. You already know. If you reach anywhere near the upper body, where it's like where the heart is, where anywhere near the chest, lung, neck, head, you're basically trying to commit murder. Because same thing when you shoot somebody. If you shoot somebody below the waist, what do they say? It's attempted murder. It is. There's still murder in it, but you attempted the murder. That's why they say shoot below the waist. If you shot somebody below the waist, yeah, you'll go to jail for a while, especially if your gun's not registered or anything, but you will be charged for attempted murder. Okay? You shoot anywhere above that, it's still, if the person lives, it's still attempted murder. But if they die in the process of that, if they die in the process, then it is murder, of course. But if, sorry, I'm getting that shit mixed up. So if you shoot somebody below the waist, they technically can say that it's not attempted murder. My bad. I meant to say it's not attempted murder. Now, shoot above and everything like that, and they still survive, it's attempted murder. So if the guy stabs him in the neck, and remember, he stabbed him again, which means that there's already intent for you to kill this man. And the fact that you reached over, because that's their case. Their case is that since he stabbed him in the neck, and the amount of times he continuously stabbed him, and then the location he stabbed him after that made him bleed out and die, it's why they're going to try to charge him with murder. I think murder in the second degree, I believe. First or second, I don't think it's first, but I think it's, out of just out of the situation what it is. He was defending himself. Did he go a little overboard? That's up for you to decide. I don't think he went overboard. I think in the heat of the moment, he's like, look, man, this guy pushed me. I felt my life was in danger. I'm a 61-year-old man. He can use that, literally. And I think a jury's going to see that and go, maybe or so. But the guy's still dead at the end of the day, and they're going to ask, and I know they're going to ask. They're going to ask, why didn't you stop? Why did you keep going? You stabbed him in the neck once, and if you stab somebody in the neck, the probabilities of them dying is higher than most. So why did you proceed to keep doing that? You the one that grabbed the knife. You grabbed the knife in order for him to stop. Since he didn't stop, you stabbed him, of course. And did you think about, all right, let me stab. All right, let's see if I could get out of this situation now that I stabbed him. know? Because, you get stabbed and everything, he's still holding on to you, but now he's weak. He has to think about that wound now. He's getting stabbed up, and he has to realize, I got to let go, or this guy's going to kill me. Maybe Austin didn't care, but, at that moment, Jose Alba didn't care either. So, yeah, man. I think it's going to be self-defense. I think it's because, like I said, because of the threat that she made. He came over, he did what he did, and there was a death at the end of it. But a lot of people that live in that area that know Jose knows he's like one of the nicest guys. They're vouching for him. There was a guy, literally, I think it was on New York One. He said, I know this man. He lives in my building. He wouldn't hurt a fly. Like, he's a nice man. Literally, I know this guy. And it's like, you got that to vouch for it too. So I think it's going to be self-defense. I think it is. Now, do I think that around that area they'll support him still in the convenience store? I don't know. I don't know if his business is going to be really affected by it. Like, nobody's going to go. Especially if he's like a gang member or anything like that they find out, let's be honest, man. Jose's safety is in jeopardy right now. I'm being honest, this is what it is. But yeah, I think that's a pretty interesting situation that's gonna happen, man. Because it's a strong case for self-defense, but there is a case for murder. There is a case. It's just how many times he stabbed him and where he stabbed him. That's their case. So let's see what happens. I think this is gonna be very interesting to see what happens with that, man. But yeah. So now we're going to be talking about the second topic that, oh man. So I believe a week ago or a week and a half ago, or 2 weeks, there was a shooting in Akron. And dude, like, I'm baffled by what this police system is doing in Ohio, because it's just ridiculous, man. So I'm gonna just read off this right here, man. So let me just pull up the thing. Hold on. So, guy named Jalen Walker, 25-year-old black man who was unarmed at the time he was killed by police in Akron, Ohio last week. So it was last week. And this article was July 4th. So that's 2 weeks. I think it's 2 weeks ago. So, last week, he was shot. He was wounded 60 times. They shot 90 times, or over 90 bullets. Because they say 90, but it's just an approximation, I believe. So it's over 90 bullets, close to 100 bullets. 60 or maybe less of those bullets, because we don't know if it's exit wounds. Remember that. You also have to think about that. Bullets do exit. If they have a stronger caliber, or if you're a skinny dude, you ain't got that much meat around you. So pause. But you ain't got that much meat around you, and then you gotta, and the bullet could go straight out. The bullet could go straight out of you, depending on where it hits too. So it could be exit wounds. It could be at least out of 90 bullets, I say 30 of those hit. 20 to 30 bullets of those hit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. If it is exit wounds. But hey, if it's 60 bullets that hit, man, all I'm saying is that's tragic, man. You're a police officer. Matter of fact, you're a human. So how you as a human being can really sit there, and it was about what? How many officers, right? I believe it was about 9 or 10 officers there. So the thing is, 8 officers. By as many as 8 officers. So let's say 9 officers, right? Let's do that. They said as many as 8. You're telling me that if it's 90 bullets, right? Or 100 bullets, if it's 8 of you guys, you shot approximately more than 7 times. Each one. If it's 9 to 10. If it's 8 of you guys, you shot over 10 bullets. And I don't know if it was automatic rifles or pistols, whatever, they usually are in semi-auto mode, not fully auto mode. So that means you have to pull that trigger. So what you mean is, during that fire, you see the man go down. And let's not talk about before then. But I'm gonna get to that after. You shoot. Remember, you're shooting. You're pulling that trigger. Nothing thought in your mind to say, I'm shooting over 10 times. I'm pulling this trigger over 10 times. And there's literally 8 to 10 of us here. And you're telling me that you needed to do that? That's ridiculous. As a human being, that is just like there's no dignity. There's no integrity in that badge for you. Let's be honest. You shoot to stabilize. You shoot to eliminate a threat. You shoot to not kill if necessary. You shoot to kill when it's necessary. Think about the word necessary. So that means it has to be foreseen as lives are in danger. This man is going to kill people, or we don't want him to kill somebody because he has a weapon on him. That's when we eliminate him, because we don't want other innocent lives to be eliminated. So you, as an officer, have an obligation to have a human mind, because it really makes me feel as if you have a different mind when you're a police officer. You think like a monster in a way. That's what these officers make me feel as if, because the fact that your academy or your department approves that, over 90 shots approves that, said we trained them to do stuff like this. That is ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. That's not right. Any police department should not be doing stuff like that. And this is coming from a person that wants to be a police officer. Me. And any of you guys know me. You guys know I want to be a police officer. I'm going through the process right now. And what I'm saying is, that's not right. You shoot when it's necessary. When you feel like, okay, this guy's a threat, I have to shoot. Remember, you're in the shoot. A lot of these guys are in the shooting range a lot to practice. So if you know what to do in the heat of that moment to practice, you visualize yourself in that scenario, then why don't you apply that when you're chasing this guy down? Because now I'm going to go to what it was before. There's a camera on the highway showing a flash coming out of his car. And the officer said that there was a bullet shot through there. So they automatically knew that there was a gun in there. Now, eventually, after the shooting happened, after he was dead on the ground, they searched his car. And there was a gun in there. Now we don't know yet if it was fired. Because you can tell if it was fired or not. You can. They will do, they will do their work to find out, yes, the bullet was fired. And they can, of course, forensic scientists and other people, man, they can tell what time, like approximately 8-10 hours that bullet was fired. Like, it's crazy. Science has gone a whole different realm. But let me continue with that. So then now, shot was fired. So you automatically think when he got out the car, he already had a gun on him. Now, let me just say that I'm not playing devil's advocate. I understand the mentality of like, we don't want this guy shooting any of us and killing one of us. But the man is running away. He's running. He's not shooting back. You didn't see him wield his arm back while he's shooting. You didn't see a flash after, like, you didn't see his arm reach out like this while he's moving like sideways or something, shooting at you guys. Nothing. That's when I understand if you shooting bullets, but not shooting 90 bullets. You're a trained officer. This guy, if he shot a gun, he don't even know how to shoot a gun properly. Most likely. Because a real deal serial killer that knows how to shoot guns, know how to do crazy things like that, it's not going to just be in a pursuit and just start shooting just to shoot. They're going to be smart about it. They're going to be doing something strategically. Let's just be honest with that. Real deadly criminals are way more snipers than anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have precision. A lot of these guys that handle guns and stuff like that, they don't know how to really shoot a gun. They just shoot it. That's why you see innocent bystanders get hit and stuff like that with gang violence and all that, because dudes can't shoot like that. And when you know somebody that can, then you know. But it's less likely for that to happen. So automatically as an officer, I'm thinking, this guy probably won't know how to hit. And when you automatically see, and the thing is that if he had a gesture while he was running, because you can see the footage, if he has a gesture while he's running, a gesture that he's reaching for something in his pocket, automatically, yeah, shoot. Don't shoot to kill. The whole point is that if a guy's running, you shoot him below his waist or around his stomach or so. Dude, he's going to go down. And as soon as he goes down, that's it. It's done. Chase him. And if he pulls a gun out after that, you shoot him again. Because you have to eliminate the threat, but not kill. Shoot him in the leg. His leg, he's down already. So shoot him in the legs for him to go, like it's going to hurt. And if he doesn't care, and he doesn't care. But then you eliminate the threat by doing that, man. But he's running away from you. That means the threat is already running away from you. He's running. And you automatically see he's not drawing a weapon. So you have a split second to think, all right, this kid is not trying to shoot at us. If he did shoot at us while he was in the car, while he's driving, and we're doing a pursuit, he doesn't have the gun right now, I think. And if he continues to run and keep running, and you don't know what the hell he's doing, I don't know why he was in a pursuit in the first place. But the fact that you sat there, all 9, 8, 10, whatever, how many officers are there, to shoot more than 5, more than 10, to shoot more than 2 bullets, to me is already excessive enough. Because if you're accurate and he's not that far from you, you can hit him. You practice for these scenarios. You practice how to aim in these scenarios. You're in Ohio. Let's be honest. You have time. You're a police officer. This is your career. You practice in the shooting range. You practice all the time. So what the hell makes you think that shooting that many times is something that a normal human being would do? Literally. I'm just saying, I don't care if I was in Ohio and I was trained to shoot as many times as I can until that target is down. I'm not doing that. Yeah, you trained me to do that, but there's a level. There's a level of humanity that I have. I don't lose that. I go, okay, this guy, and it's common sense. All right, he's running. He ain't pulling nothing out. I'm gonna chase your ass, and I'm gonna have my gun out still. Of course, I'm like, yo, stop right now. Stop right now. Stop. If you don't stop, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't stop, I'm gonna shoot. But I'm not gonna shoot to kill. Why would I do that? That's stupid. I'm just saying, unless I see you pull out a gun on me, that's when your life is done. That's just what it is. That's how officers are supposed to be trained. That's how I will want to be trained. Always. You always train that. You train to not kill. Only when it's necessary. You're putting your. There's so many cop videos. There's so many videos showing that you don't shoot to kill, just to kill. You shoot to know he is an imminent threat. He's going to kill somebody, or he's already actively shooting at people. Yes, I have to shoot to kill at that moment. I have to shoot to kill at that moment, or I have to shoot to neutralize the situation. So if I can hit him in the leg, get him down, and he has that gun on him, I'll rush over there real fast, still have my gun out. If he tries to shoot, I'm gonna shoot him again. That's it. But if I shoot him and he lets go of that gun, that's it. My gun is down. You got him. Boom. You see it in the shows. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to compare the shows to real life, but you see in the show, they shoot, boom, all right, cool. They got him on the ground, they dropped the gun. Not every scenario is like that. And I know the reputation cops have, so a lot of people want to be like, all right, cops are here, I don't give a damn now. I'm just gonna start shooting them. I'm gonna start shooting. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn if I kill an officer at this point now. You know, I get that. And that's the dangers of the job. But you can't be thinking that you could just go there and go mayhem. Because let that be another person. Let that be another person shooting 90 shots. The man getting life after that, depending on what the color of his skin is. Let's be honest. In other states. Shot 90 times, and probably killed a bunch of people like these school shootings, and these kids probably not even gonna get life. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm just thinking of it as that, because the fact that these guys were on paid leave because the department approves that situation, that shooting, approves that yes, what they did was righteous. Like, what? Okay. Whatever then. Because that's the way you're going to think. You're going to have to, and there's already people out there saying reform. Because you have to change that. There's no right person in this world that would just, I'm just saying that there's no right person in this world, meaning right-minded person to be like, I'm going to train you to shoot to the point that you empty out the clip. Because that's basically what you're doing. You're shooting to empty out the clip. Some of these things have 12 rounds in it. So if you shoot over 10 bullets, you're about to empty the clip on somebody. And he was already down, and y'all continue to shoot. Y'all continue to shoot when he was down, too. Like, what do you mean? 60 wounds? It's ridiculous, man. It's not right, man. It's not right. It's crazy. That's not right, man. Me as a person who wants to be an officer, that is not right. And the fact that if they don't get indicted or anything because they got to prove to that, it's just no charges, no nothing, no stripped of their title as an officer. I don't know, man. And that's when we have to like stand together and be like, yo, we got to change everything. Me as a person, I want to change how police departments around the globe, not the globe, sorry, around the nation. That's be changed, man. There has to be some change in that, because we don't know what other departments are in Alabama, Kansas. You know what I'm saying? Like other states, we don't know how they are. We gotta be looking at the police departments as a whole. Be like, yo, how are you guys training these people? Like, let's really sit there and really ask, like, is that right for you to do? Because these are human lives you're taking, you know? Like, damn, like, I don't know what he was in the pursuit for, but come on now. Can't be doing stuff like that. Shoot. Could have neutralized the situation by shooting him once, and another person attempts to shoot, boom, fine. As long as it's a neutralized situation, the kid is still alive, and then we find out what you really, arrested him for. And the fact that I heard that they arrested him while he was down still. Where is the humanity? Where is the where's like your level of like your level of sober? You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't sober up. Like you're still adrenaline. You still got all that adrenaline in you from shooting. That you didn't go, man, this guy's dead. Let's handcuff him. Like what? What? When I heard that, I was like, what? He was eating. They handcuffed him too after that? Dude has no conscience. He's already down. What? Despicable, man. Crazy. And I'm already and it's already just bad enough, man. We got to change things. Now, this next topic right here, I got a lot to say about this because this is crazy. And this is why I wanted some women to be on the show for this, but we could talk about this another time. But hopefully when you see this episode, you can sit here and go, yo, I want to be a part of this right here. Because the Roe versus Wade got overturned. The right to abort. Right? Making it, a federal thing where people just have the rights and, they can abort, if they feel like it and everything. Women can abort. And let's be honest, that was one of the most the thing that's crazy is that my father 3 months ago, literally his words said, you know about that Roe versus Wade with the abortion and everything? That's gonna get overturned. Watch. Because of the people that are on that panel. And they're scumbags. And the craziest thing about it is the fact that one of the judges is already thinking about doing something for gay rights. And then what if they take away that right to marry? Like what if they leave it up to the states? You know how many states are not gonna allow it? I live in New York. None of that shit is gonna happen, of course. New York is too dude, man. We are the most diverse city in the world. I will stand by that. You have too many cultures of gays, trans, Indian, Jamaican, African. We got too many ethnicities, too many sexual beliefs. We got too much of that. Sexualities go all over the place when it comes to New York. We have so many different people, and that's what makes us so unique, and I appreciate it and I love it. And the thing is, for you to take away that right for women to abort. Do you know how many women get pregnant and they already regret getting pregnant? Like, once they get pregnant, they're like, damn, okay, let me look at the situation at hand. I have a guy that doesn't want to be part of this kid's life. I financially cannot, like, and just great. Hold on. Sorry, let me just. Sorry, I had to change that up real quick, the music. So, like I said, you're in a situation where the guy doesn't want to be part of the kid's life. Then you can't afford to take care of that child. And you already see how your future is right now. You feel as if I'm not ready to have this. And then you're like, you know what? Before this baby starts to form, I'm gonna just, have to abort. Now, religiously, I understand why people say once it's in the egg, once it's there, once you're pregnant, it's a human. But then there's another side. Until it actually fully grows into something within, like, I think it's around, let's see. Should do with her body is the most absurd thing I have ever heard in my life. The fact that I have to dictate what a woman does. First of all, it's already bad enough at the fact that there's still some traditional women out here that want men to provide for them. When I feel as if you're at a point in your life right now, even though this Roe vs. Wade makes me feel as if, damn, they're trying to go back to where men just make choices for women. But like I said, we're at a moment right now in our country where I feel like women are having more and more power with themselves and loving themselves more. And the fact that we're trying to strip that away from them is crazy, because that's their body. How would it feel if a man, if they said, you know what, men got to get their dick snipped. I'm before their ball snipped. Can't have kids no more after you have 2 kids or something like that. The shit would it would be ridiculous. Men would be like, get the fuck out of here. I can have as many kids as I want. I can nut if I want. I don't care. I'll do whatever I need to do. Because the fact that there's some dudes out there that really have like 12 kids and they don't even take care of not even half of those kids. They just busting in anybody and just getting any girl pregnant. And it's just crazy. But if the shoe was on the other foot, I bet you that would never get overturned. Never. Because majority of the people in office, majority of people that have high power are men right now. And the fact that women basically control what a man can really do. Let's be honest, y'all. Most of us want to get money and all this other stuff because we want to impress women. We ain't trying to impress men. And if you're trying to impress men also, then I don't know. It's up to you. I'm not a guy that wants to do shit just to impress men. I want to impress myself. And then if that impresses women in the long haul, that's what it is. That's what I do. I make sure I do things so I can impress my woman, but also impress myself at the same time. But the thing is, I'm not going to dictate what she does. I'm not going to dictate that. I told her from the jump, don't let me dictate your future. Hell no. You do what the hell you need to do to make yourself happy. And there's women out there that, they living their life. They're doing the best thing. They get pregnant. They're like, damn, I'm not ready for this baby. I'm not. But what makes it better for them to have a baby is when you have a secure man that can say, I will take care of it. I'm going to take care of it just like I'm going to take care of you. Because at the end of the day, we created this baby. You know how comfortable that would be for a woman to be like, he's really going to be there. Now, you got to stand by that, though. A lot of dudes say, I'm ready. And then when it happens, they're not ready. And I'm talking about they're not ready at all. Like, they're not willing to invest emotionally, physically, anything. Because you never are really ready. A lot of people say that. I don't have a kid. But what I'm saying is that a lot of people say, you are never ready. But when I mean by you're not ready, I mean you're not capable. You cannot be ready, but you could be capable of being ready. So the fact that we sit here and we twiddle our damn thumbs and all this other stuff, and we go, you know what? Women shouldn't have the right to abort. We feel like it's killing a kid as soon as it's conceived. Excuse me? Let me just tell you this. I'm a Catholic man. And I'm going to be honest with you. I repeat, I do not like religion being a part of this conversation right here. This is a conversation where religion should not be a part of it at all. I do not care. I am sorry, God. I'm sorry. But I have to say this. I will not make a woman say, you are not going to abort this baby. You're going to keep it. If she doesn't want it, she doesn't want it. Do I have to deal with that consequence? Yes, because I chose to bust in her. I chose to have a baby with her. Because you may say, I didn't. Well, it was your decision to have raw sex. It was your decision to not pull out in time. It was your decision to not end her. So you knew that opportunity was going to come. And will you take care of it? Who knows? But the best thing is the fact that do not bring a person in this world that's going to suffer the way you suffer, especially if you live a hard life. Do you want a kid to really live that hard life again? Because you wasn't ready. So you say, all right, well, my beliefs is this, that. That's fine. But just know that kid's going to suffer and you're going to be the reason why. Because you don't have your shit together. Get your shit together and then you'll be able to do it. At least be financially a little stable and mentally stable also to be like, I can do this. Even if I'm struggling financially, I'm ready to take care of this kid. I'm going to have the best life that it can get. But the fact that they're taking that right away for women to be like, there's women that get raped. There's women that get raped, get molested. They have sex. Not have sex. They get raped. They get forced to have sex with their father or anything like that, or their mother. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. Like, the mother could force them to have sex with another man or something like that. Forcing them. Men do it. Women get raped. It's a hard conversation to have, but yeah, women get raped and then get pregnant. And then if you're in a state, which usually a lot of these freaking South states and these racist ass states, they don't want to abort. No, we don't want you to abort that baby. That's crazy. I gotta live with a traumatic experience, and then I have to see this kid through this traumatic experience. You know how strong you have to be in order to love that child, and it's not even the child that you want. And you're taking that right away from them for them to like, I don't want this kid. What you gonna do? Put it in a foster home? That's not helping them. It's not. You're making the situation worse. Now they don't know who their father is, who their mother is, who anybody is. I'm just saying, man. You can't take away that right. You cannot. You already stripping. We already as men. I gotta be honest with my male species, man. We was already taking their existence away, because it also felt as if, and not even also felt. It does feel. It feels as if a man has so much power, a woman's image is just diminished, unless he makes her feel like she's powerful just like him. And the way I feel like if a woman makes just as much money than me, even if she makes more money than me, and she has the power to show herself off to people and let her know I'm a hardworking woman, I do what I need to do. to make sure that I feed myself and I can feed my husband, I can feed my kids and all that, and he's doing the same thing. Why can't it be like that? It never was like that. It never was like that. There's still men to this day that feels that women shouldn't have. There's some guys that say, yo, baby, I don't want you to work. Go take care of the kids. And there's some women accept that. And to be honest, I don't want you to accept that. Don't accept because he has power over you. He does have power over you. I'm being honest with you. There's a certain level of power that he has in that household that you're obligated to do certain things because he's taking care of you. It comes with that. Yes, will he love you? Will he treat you like a queen and all these other things? Then that's amazing. Then you can deal with not having as much power as him because you want a man to lead. But then that doesn't help a situation of women trying to be more empowered to their own individuality. I feel like if every woman have an opportunity to really discover themselves and know what do I want as a woman, just as much as guys have as much opportunity to know what do I want to do as a man, I think the world would be in a different place in terms of relationships would probably last longer. Because now I feel like, certain men now are trying to find a woman that, yo, go half for me on the bill. Go half for me in the restaurant bill. Go half. Oh, if I buy you something, you buy me something. You got to do stuff like that. What's the problem with that? And I feel like the traditional woman should be gone. The traditional woman that we've been instilling upon young women when they were born, saying, oh, let's well, if a man does this, you got to deal with that. You got to do it. You already depleting her power. You already deleting her from being a strong person, being a strong, independent individual. You need to gain independence. That's what it is. Because then you'll have a wonderful relationship with the next person that you have that respects that. And it's just crazy to me. Because I never thought to myself that we can sit here and just tell women, you can't do this, you can't do that. And the fact that this Roe versus Wade got overturned is already a bad look. Because as soon as that happened, states, literally, that day, as soon as they knew it was going to happen, they canceled every single abortion appointment, bro. That's crazy. And it's probably thousands upon thousands, hundreds of thousands abortions that wasn't going to happen. And now you have to deal with more kids that are going to be with women that who knows if they're going to be a fit mother too. And then in this scenario, like I said, about rape, about not having a kid, and then you have a deadbeat guy. He left. He left you alone. There's more single mothers in this world than there are with a father and a mother together. Statistically. And I don't even got to put the numbers to that. Everybody knows this. It's crazy. Not a lot of fathers are there for their kids, man. Not even there to stay with the woman because the relationship doesn't work out. I get that too, But it's also like they just don't want to be part of the baby's life, and then they're there temporarily. That doesn't really help as much, man. You gotta be there, and that's why some women feel like, yo, I can't have this baby, man. I need the other person. I need somebody to help me. Yeah, you have your family and all that stuff, but then some people don't want to put the burden on others. So then you think about them, think about their right. And you're a woman at the end of the day. You have the right to do anything you want, just as much as a man does. So if a man wants to get a vasectomy, he'll get a vasectomy. If a woman doesn't want to get pregnant, she doesn't want to get pregnant. You have the right to do that. So you should have the right to abort too. I'm sorry. I don't care how people feel like, I don't care how people feel like religiously with that and everything. Because even when I look at that, I look at it a whole different spectrum. I look at it from a realistic standpoint of that. Yo, society now doesn't help the common person. We have 1% of the world owning most of the money. And how the hell you have so many states that barely have anything for education, but they have money to build all these buildings, all these things, because these guys are owning all the money. They're owning all the properties. So there's really hardly any money to go around for anybody. You can make money, yeah, but it's really money by making your own enterprise, making your own business like they did. And how many people really succeed in that? Not a lot. If everybody can succeed in it, then 99% of this freaking country would be having their own business and be succeeding and making money from there. So it's financially, it's a burden too to have a child. There's health insurance. There's a lot of things you got to deal with. Buying diapers, buying formula. There was a formula shortage a months ago. There probably still is. Maybe not, but there's other companies making it now. Other big companies making it now. See what I'm saying? And they're probably owned by Amazon, owned by Google, whatever who they own by. big company saying, all right, we're gonna give you this amount of money to supply this. We're gonna have our own off brand of this. You know how many off brands I see of the same cereal, of the same formula, of the same tomato paste. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. So it's like we're taking this thing right here, abortion, and we're taking it and making it like it's the biggest thing in the world. Many states just felt like that because they were all religious. Like, it's a killing of a human being. It's all this. Bro, it doesn't matter if it is or not. They're not ready to have this baby. You are financially burdening them. And you're making a woman feel powerless for that. Because then if you're going to try to take that away, what about other things you're going to try to take away from them? Because you're already taking away the amount of salary that they can make. Because there's certain jobs where men make more than women still. And women can't make as much as a man. That's already devaluing the value of a woman. Women been fighting for their right to do as much as a man for decades. And they're finally at a point now where they feel as if, I feel like I have a voice. I have a bigger voice. I have a bigger platform I can reach on. I have more accessibility. You know, now do I feel as if companies are just doing that to make them feel as if, look at our women rate right now. Look at the women rate that we hire. We hire more women and stuff. Yeah, you know, it comes with that reputation too. But as long as you're getting an opportunity, shit, take it right now. Take it right now and then grow upon that and understand what you want. It's all about being a human being. It's not about the gender anymore. I feel like that shit is wrong. Wrong. And we got to stick together, man. And this is the last thing I got to say, too. This is the last topic about what we need to do in this country, man. We don't vote as much. Let's be honest. Whoa, 60% of the country votes? We should get that up to 80%. If the 100% is registered voters and we're only getting like 80%, that's good. I'd rather 80% than 61. I feel like if you have that extra 10, that extra 15% that can really vote, or extra 5, 7, 8% that goes up, dude, man, you could change a lot, man. Because I feel like there's a lot of people in this world that know what's right for this country, but doesn't feel like it's gonna make an impact. And now you see with Roe versus Wade, they tried for years to overturn that, but everybody's like, no. But it's the people you put on the panel, the people you vote for, the president that lets these judges and other people that supports him to be on that panel and know that they wanted this to be overturned. They want certain things to happen so that the rich can stay rich and the poor stay poor. And then when the poor doesn't have a voice for anything else but things that they need to do, you're making them more poor. Because imagine this person made money, and imagine this woman made money, and then now she has to carry this kid that she didn't want. She wanted to get an abortion for, and now she's even more poor now. Because now she got to talk about that, and now she got to think about that kid. And she think about doing stuff for that kid, and she has to think about making more money. And there's mad states out there, bro. The minimum wage is trash. $7. Yes, the income and everything, the amount of income, you know, but it's still minimum wage, and that's crazy. The fact that I knew when Amazon made $15 an hour, like global, I mean nationwide for people here. Some people are like, oh my God, $15, that's amazing. In New York, that ain't nothing. But you know, other places like $15 an hour, that's a lot for me. I can do a lot with that. You know, it's just crazy to me that we come to this point where, but if we voted for a federal minimum wage, a minimum $15 to $20 an hour or something like that, like 18, 17, you know, across the board, there'll be a lot of people that'll be able to do a lot of stuff with their lives. And in other states that don't make a lot of money because it's a federal law, there's federal funding now. Like, yeah, we can, you know, yeah, we're gonna give you some money, you know, so that you can help these workers, you can help other people, or people like don't donate, stuff like that. You know, people can do stuff now. Now more money's going across the globe. Consumer growth is actually growing. Now a lot of companies are making more money because now people are making more money. Like it works hand in hand. If you want to stay rich and everything, if they make more money, you're gonna make more money. Because especially if you're the only supplier for them, they're gonna spend more money for you. You know, like that's what I'm saying. Like I would love to. That's why people that open up enterprise or store anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like enterprise around a rich neighborhood, and they overprice them and they make more profit off of it because they know they're gonna spend that money on it. It ain't nothing to them because they make a lot of money. So when they open up that shop, they're like, dude, I'm making like triple my profit because I'm charging them this much, when if I go to the hood or I go to a period that's low income, I have to charge an appropriate price, and I may not make as much profit. But if I open that space up, yeah, it's gonna cost me more, but if I make triple the profit, I can pay the rent and I have money for my stuff. I have more money to give to my workers. That's what it is. When you're around rich individuals, or at least people that can pay for this stuff and can pay more for it, dude, like, you're gonna make money regardless. So it's like, why don't we fight for that? We don't all just try to be greedy, and probably that's the problem. We have some people that are just so greedy that, you know, they want everything for themselves. Like, if there was a moment in time where we can actually sit down and be like, yo, what's best for us as a whole? Like, what appropriate, right? What appropriate scenario we could create in order for us to know that the future is in good hands, and we as people right now can be satisfied of the outcome that we make if we make this decision. It's not about you, it's about everybody. This is democracy, right? Power to the people. So why don't we do something that helps all of us? Let's start voting for our assemblymen, senates, governors. You know what I'm saying? Like, vote for the right people to be primaries. You know? Like, let's really go out there and spread our voice to people that deserve it. That's what it is. Because if we really came together, you know how many times people want Bernie Sanders. So why don't we go hard to vote for him? There's so many people that said like, oh, I wish Bernie Sanders won. Did you vote? No. So, like, that's what I'm saying. It's defeating the purpose. But don't get me wrong. And I'm gonna put this scenario. Once a person does something bad in their celebrity status, or something that's like, okay, I'm gonna go to this point. The LGBTQ, I think it's something else after that. Well, what the gay, trans, pan, all the sex, that community right there, right? The second a show or something like that depicts something that's offending the transgender, the gay community, or anything, they stand together and they go, no, we don't want this. And then the person that's a part of the show or anything will correct that and go, sorry, we apologize and everything. That's what I'm saying. That's the power of your voice, because they know that, oh shoot, we messed up on something, we gotta fix it. Why don't we just do that with our politics? The same way. It's the same way, because they know if they hurt a certain community, which is us, the country, 99% of us, and we stand together and go, dude, we're not having this. If all 99% of us, or at least 90% of us, 80% of us, say we're not gonna have this, or else we're not gonna spend money on this, we're not gonna spend money on that, we're gonna hurt your businesses, and that's it. And what's gonna happen after that? They're gonna change. They don't want their money to be affected. Nobody wants their power to be affected. Once you affect the power of powerful people, they will change. Literally, they will be at your fingertips. At your fingertips. Literally. You know how this is? Talk to a person like me, or talk to a person that has so much experience in working in a certain field. I've been a butcher for how long? 18, 27. About 10 years. I have so much power in my hands. Supervisor experience, all this other things. I got so much experience in that butchering field. I can go to any spot and tell them and show them my skills and go, you're going to pay me what I want. You're going to pay me what I want. And if I'm not satisfied, I'm out. It's quick, because I know I can find another job somewhere else. But when you're too valuable to a certain company, they're going to cater to you. You see what the NBA you see what these athletes do? I want to trade. You already signed the contract. I want to trade. All right, well, if you want to trade, then we got to do this, man. We got to find a way. You're a valuable asset, and we could get assets for you. You have to be an asset. We're not an asset to this country. They don't care. They're gonna throw us. They're gonna throw us to anything that they want to throw us, because we know we have no value. It's the same thing like a guy that comes from college and he's a rookie. He has no value yet unless he makes his value be shown on the court, on the field, on the golf course. It's gonna show. You better pay me. It's the same way. You take that powerful person and you make them succumb to you and say, you're gonna give me this or else I'm out. I'm not gonna support you. I'm not gonna create I'm not gonna create this wonderful experience for you, for your fans or anything like that. Because if you hurt their money, they're gonna be like, all right, cool. All right. We'll give you this much. I want a little bit more. All right, we'll give you this. If you do this, you get this. Exactly. It's the same way we do with politics. You strip that power away, boom. They're going to realize, we got to do something. I don't like it, but I'm not gonna try to let my power be effective for this. So then they do it, and that's it. And when you smart and you know how to write the dotted line very well, they're gonna be like, oh well, if you don't do this, well then we're not gonna stay here. Well then we're not gonna support you. Or then we're not gonna invest in these businesses. Okay, we're not gonna go to these stores. We're gonna make sure we don't go to these stores. See what I'm saying? But when you give them too much power to where like they can literally puppet you anywhere. Because you feel as if I'm trapped. I feel as if I have no voice. Or I feel as if my power's being stripped away. And I deal with it. Don't deal with it. Fight. That's it. I don't have to get no technical with it. You take the power away from powerful people, they will surrender. They're going to put up a fight. But we have to be ready to gather ourselves together and fight right back. Because if you don't fight, then what's going to happen? They're going to win every time. If you already say, whatever, once you do that gesture, I already know. All right, you're done. You ain't gonna win. It's like Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. No mas. All right, I'm done. And then you see Ray Leonard like, what? You're done? It's like, yeah, it's shocking. And that's the same way we see the people that don't vote. I don't vote. I don't get involved. I don't do stuff like that. Dude, vote. It's not hard to invest a little bit of time. So like, all right, let me read upon this person. Let me see. Let me get more invested in around the news. Let me get more invested in what's going on. Let me see what's real, what's fake, what's actually factual, you know? And then you make a decision upon that. And if your decision is not for the country or not for what the country wants, I get that. But as long as you're investing and you're understanding what you actually want this country to do and what you want your rights to be affected on, shoot. Then at least I know you're invested. At least if 80-90% of us vote, and if I see the country really majority wants to be, Republican or Democratic, or they want to vote for the right to, like once that once the scenario happens where other constitutional rights are going to be affected and everything, then you know what I'm saying. Then I know like, all right, this country is a piece of shit. Everybody, I guess, doesn't really want want great things. They want certain things to be the way it was before. In the 60s and the 50s and the 40s, 70s, you know what I'm saying? But a majority of us want positivity, and we want more good things to happen so that it can affect the common person that works a 9 to 5, that works 40 hours a week, that works, and we do well for those people so they can live comfortable lives, and they don't have to feel as if their life is in a stranglehold every single moment, and they're stressed out. Our suicidal rate is high, man. Ever since COVID too, it's been really high. Like, come on now. Like, we got to do something about that. The welfare of others. There's actually, if you guys look it up, in Europe, they're actually trying something where they're trying to have people work 4 days a week to see if it balances their life more, see how stressed out they are. See, okay, I have 3 days now to relax, to decompress, hang out with my family, do things, do things that I want to do with myself, instead of having 2 days, and especially when basically that it's only 1 day. Because if you work in the morning and you work about 9 to 5, right? You work on Sunday. You work on Monday, but you off Sunday. That Sunday is not really a day off because you have to go to bed early, especially if you live far from the area that you work at, or you just want to hang out. And if you're hanging out, you're like, oh, dude, I got to get home before 12 because I got to go to sleep and stuff. And it's like, damn, at least if you have 2 days, you have those 2 days to do whatever you want. You relax and everything. You do relax for 2 days. Hey, 2 days of rest, man, that's really good. And then that next day, you do whatever you need to do, errands, do work and all that. You have a day dedicated to that, and you have 2 days. And if you work early too, that Friday's basically your day off too. You can relax after work, do whatever you need to do, and they're starting to see positive changes for that. So hopefully, that comes to the U.S. I highly doubt it, but if we come together, it can happen. Yeah, if we come together, I think a lot of good changes will happen in this country. But we have to realize that, and that's just what we have to do. All right, this concludes the episode, man. I have to say, I had a really good time about this. I really thought long and hard about what I needed to say, because remember, this is not something for me to hit you with facts and facts. Like, well, what I mean by that is more, I want to be more just showing you my thoughts, showing you my vulnerability, and showing you just like how I feel about the situation. It's not about you agreeing with me, and it's not about you even scrutinizing me. It's about you listening and understanding my point of view and seeing if you agree or not. You know? And you can always disagree. And remember, I'm not trying to hit you with the most facts. I'm not trying to be so accurate with terms of like timelines and stuff like that. I'm just trying to say that what I'm saying is not false, but I'm not saying it's something that everybody agrees on. It's something that I feel. And that's the point of this podcast, man. It's just to generate some thought. We talk about it as regular common people. This is the whole point of this podcast, man, to reach out to the common person, a person that wants to talk about things, but they just don't have an outlet to go to, because some of these podcasts now, they're catered to more stars or more people that are well known. I get it. But that's not what my podcast is all about. You know, I want people that are established also to be on this podcast, of course. And hopefully, maybe, you know, fingers crossed that I do get somebody in there, and then hopefully it expands my platform. But I also will always keep wanting common people to do this, man. But if you're here for the whole hour, man, I appreciate you listening, and just love each other, embrace each other, and understand that you have the right to your own individuality, and don't let no one tell you otherwise, because you can't live your life being strongholded and just being trapped in a certain area where you feel as if, you know, you can't really like do anything. I get it. But like I said, farewell to everybody, and hopefully this episode makes you feel good. It makes you feel as if, yo, like somebody's talking to me about this and I want to say something. And I'm saying this to you. And hopefully you can say this to other people about how you feel about the situation. Talk to each other. Go to a random person and see if they're down, and lift up their spirit or something. Let them know that it's not over, because the battle is never over until you're gone. Okay? So, once again, it's the Ill Minds Podcast, man. The fucking slogan is the slogan, man. If you ain't ill, you ain't real, man. Because if you real, then what happens? You already ill in itself, man. You already walking that ill line of faith. So all I'm saying is, keep it real out here, man. All right? Love you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, spread the word, share this video, do whatever you got to do, man. As long as you do it with love and kindness in your heart. All right? Appreciate y'all. Have a great day, okay? If you ain't ill, you ain't real, man. One more time. All right.